Hi, it's Sweet Cat Magic here. I just wanted to make a couple of short videos because I've had some things on my mind. One is I started Soul Lodge today, and over the last couple of days just thinking about Soul Lodge and taking me back to a time when it was actually a Native American tradition that really pulled me into my whole magical world. And the very first tarot deck I ever had was the Medicine Woman deck, which was absolutely beautiful, by Carol Bridges. And then I went with the medicine cards, and I just always have loved those cards, and I've used them continuously since I think when they first came out. But just thinking about Soul Lodge and remembering the sweat lodge that I've gone to many years ago, it was about 12 years ago. I went to a sweat lodge, and at the time my husband and I both went, and there was one woman that was putting it on. And usually she had quite a big turnout because she would have a sweat lodge every month. And this one particular time I went, there was only one young boy there, my husband, myself, and the lady that put it on, and this young boy who was about 13 years old. And so I really got to talk a lot with him while he was in the sweat lodge, and he told me his story as far as his name was Raven, at least that was his magical name, and that he was living with his aunt because his father had died when he was little, and his mother had committed suicide, and he had found her when he came home from school when he was 12, and found her in the bathtub. She had slit her wrists. And so this just broke my heart, and I just kind of just bonded with this boy, and I almost became like a mother image to him for a while in his magical world. And at the time I was deciding whether I wanted to go into this little witch's shop down in our local town. And so I had started, putting some things in there, all to do with cat teapots and fairies and everything, in this little witchy shop. And so I'd be in there in the afternoons on certain days, even still having my cat sanctuary. And he would always come in, and I would always just kind of, he would just hang around. I felt that it was because of kind of the sense of a mother image that he needed in his life, because he was not very close with his aunt, who was just befuddled with trying to raise these two children that she hadn't anticipated. So one time when I was in the witch's shop, we would put on different rituals. And one ritual was going to be Beltane, and so I got permission from his aunt so that he could attend the rituals, and I could drive him. So we're going out and driving out to the ritual, and I have to set it up. I have to set up the maypole and help and all that. So I'm very kind of like a little anxious because there's a real bad traffic jam. And traffic is just backed up, and I'm just afraid that I'm going to be so late in being able to get there that everything's going to be skewed and time-wise. So what had happened is that we're sitting in the car, and the traffic has just been stopped for maybe a half hour, just stopped, and we have no clue what's going on. And then finally we hear some ambulances coming, and police cars, and they're coming up, and they pass us on the side, and they go on, and eventually the ambulance comes back and passes us. And my first thought was, oh good, now the traffic will clear and I can get to the ritual in time. And this young boy who had suffered so much trauma and pain in his life, when he saw the ambulance pass, he said, oh my gosh, somebody's really having a horrible day. Let's send them some loving energy. And I just sat there, and I just almost just cried, because I thought this beautiful soul had taught me something that I failed to learn, that when you hear an ambulance and you think that you're having a bad day because you're stuck in traffic, think of what they're going through, and send them some loving energy. And so that was my lesson from a young boy that taught me something that I don't think, I'd ever considered. I'd always been sympathetic for animals, but hadn't really considered the impact of when you are stalled in traffic because of an accident, the impact that's making on the people that really are in the accident. So just wanted to share that.